What's good, Panther Nation? It's your boy Myron McRae, a.k.a. Tornado McRae, across the skyways of the internet, here with another episode of Panther Pride TV, your one-stop shop for all your Panther notifications and your Panther obligations. And I hope y'all are having a great, smooth, relaxed, fantastic Thursday. Hope the weather is good wherever you're at. Maybe you're on vacation, drinking pina coladas, and you're on the beach right now watching this video. Why you watching me? While you're on vacation? I don't know, but I'm still here to entertain you and let you know about the Panthers. So let's go ahead and get into today's docket. And a couple things have come across my forte, have come across my list. And the first thing that I do want to highlight is Mina, ESPN analyst Mina, giving one of our leaders a lot of praise and a lot of love. And I actually enjoyed this. So Mina, a well-trusted and honestly respected ESPN analyst, especially in the realm of NFL, was on her podcast show, the Mina Show, and she decided to give Bryce Young a lot of praise, especially on his mental toughness. And so what was going on was her and sports writer Ollie Connolly were doing a quarterback draft heading into 2025, and they were ranking from worst to best quarterbacks heading into the season. They ranked and drafted Bryce Young at number 21, which, honestly, 21st best quarterback in the league based off the last two seasons. I respect. I'm not mad at that. I'm honestly not mad at that placement. I would say that's probably around the realm of where he should be. As a matter of fact, pretty sure that's where I said he should be in a recent video here on this channel. So here's what she had to say. So when she was speaking on Bryce, she was like, from week 10 on, 12 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, 12th in QBR, 7th in completion percentage, over expected. I didn't prep the drop rate, but it felt like half of his third down throws were also dropped. We talked about this when they drafted Ted McMillan, which I loved. I'm excited. I'm optimistic, just the mental side of things. To get benched so publicly the way he did, to come back and play the way he did in those circumstances, in clutch moments, on game-winning drives, on comebacks. And she followed this up with the next quote, with the next part of her quote, where she says, make sure. She says, there were physical limitations that were obvious on the field that will cap his ceiling in the NFL, but holy smokes, I don't think you could ask for more in the way of leadership and character. It translates. We're not just babying him. No, he played well. You can win with Bryce Young. I really believe that. And first of all, shout out to Mina for noticing everything that Bryce has gone through, the highs and the lows and all in between. And truth be told, I don't disagree with anything that she said. Actually, there's one part. I agreed with most of what she said. The only part I don't agree with is the physical limitation part. And I'm tired of Bryce getting this rap for being too small and being like his physical limitations is going to be a problem, as if we haven't seen small quarterbacks continue to set the trend. Everybody said Drew Brees was too small. Everybody said Russell Wilson was too small. And it's been going, Kyler Murray's too small, so on and so forth. And we're seeing that small quarterbacks can still get the job done. And we're seeing that they're still holding their own. So that's the only part I don't like about that. However, the rest, 100% on, I agree with Mina, because the way Bryce came through, and we've seen the story, we talked about his story, but for everything that happened to this young man, for everything that has transpired for this young man, to come back and bounce back the way he did at the end of last season and the numbers he put up, the way he was outperforming the likes of Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrows, going toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes I don't want to get his name wrong. Why am I drawing a blank? I don't know. But you know what? Going toe-to-toe with the likes of every top QB in the league like that, you got to love the kid. You got to love the kid, and you got to love what he's doing, and you definitely can feel like, hey, we can win with Bryce Young. As long as he does not regress and go backwards heading into this season and on forward, yes, you can win with Bryce Young. I don't care what anybody says. You can win with him. So next, got to move on to the next subject. And I know a lot of you are excited about this, and there's been a lot of talk about it, but we all know that the Olympics in 2028 will have flag football for the first time. And the NFL just approved that NFL players can participate in the 2028 flag football games. So, the question's been going around the internet. What is each team's best all-time flag football team that you would generate? And so, it came down to who would make Carolina's all-time flag football team. Now, let me tell y'all now, this is my subjective opinion. You can disagree with me, but this does not mean I don't know football. Please, let's be clear. We can have a disagreement. We can have, honestly, a discussion in the comment section about all this, because I'm pretty sure all of y'all are going to have a different team than what I put up here. But please do not come in here and say I don't know football in any ways, or I have no football IQ because my opinion is different than yours. That does not equate. Come on now. We're smarter than that. We're better than that. But guys, before we even get into the team, I want y'all to know these rules, because the rules for this are how I base this team. I had to go look at the rules to make sure of how I'm going to build this team. So, here are the 2028 Olympic flag football rules. 1, it is 5v5, not 7-on-7, which a lot of people know for flag football. So it's 5v5, not 7-on-7. Field is 50 yards long, 25 yards wide. Rosters can only have 12 players maximum. That is key. Please keep that in mind. You have 4 downs to get across midfield, 4 downs to score. Failed set of downs, the opponent will get the ball starting at their own 5-yard line. An interception gives the defense the ball at the spot. You cannot return it. The run, you are allowed to run everywhere except when you are starting within 5 yards of the end zone. So if you get the ball and you're at the 5-yard line and closer when you're snapping the ball, you cannot have a run play. But if you're like 6 yards and out or anything, you can. Jumping and diving are illegal, as in most flag situations. And you can have a max of 2 blitzers who can rush the quarterback directly, but in order to do so, they must start 7 yards from the line of scrimmage. All right. Y'all got all that? So this is why I need y'all to know that as to why I'm about to build this team, okay? So let's get into it. My offense. My QB is Cam Newton. My running back is Christian McCaffrey. My wide receiver 1, Steve Smith. My wide receiver 2, Musa Muhammad. My center tight end, because in flag football, if you don't know, the center can also catch passes. The center can also catch passes. So my center, I call him the center tight end, is going to be Greg Olsen. My offensive sub is going to be Ted McMillan. And the reason being is because of his size. Tallest receiver out there, 6'5". That is honestly the reason. I'm telling y'all that now. It is not because I don't think DJ Moore or Jonathan Williams or Devin Funchess or anybody else, Adam Thielen, Jalen Coker, trust me, it is no shade to any of those other guys. It is generally a size thing. It is generally, I can throw it up to Ted and he go get it. And then my honorable mention is D'Angelo Williams. Chuba Hubbard had a case here, but when I did the numbers, and Chuba's only been in Carolina for 4 years, so I did D'Angelo's first 4. D'Angelo beats him in every category. Rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, receiving touchdowns, rush yards per game, receiving yards per game. So D'Angelo's going to be my honorable mention here. On the defensive side, I'm going with Julius Peppers as my 1 rusher, Luke Kuechly as my linebacker, Josh Norman as 1 cornerback, Chris Gamble at another, Mike Minter will be my safety, and Kurt Coleman is going to be my sub, with J.C. Horn as my honorable mention. The reason why I went this way, 1, if you know flag football is a lot more coverage than rushing. Yes, you can have a great rush attack, but if you don't have coverage on the back end, you're kind of SOL. You know what I mean? So Julius can hold his own, and if I want to send Luke, cool. I have Norman, who we all know. Norman's best year in Carolina, he was the best corner in the league. I don't think that needs to be understated. I don't think that needs to be honestly disagreed with. Chris Gamble, I know a lot of you are going to go against this and say, why not JC? Chris Gamble is an interception machine. I need that. I need one receiver who I know is a straight lockdown, and I need I need one corner who is a straight lockdown, and I need another corner who is a interception machine, and that is Chris Gamble. I don't think I need to. If you know ball, you know ball. Then at safety, I'm going with Mike Minter. Consensus-wise, he's the best safety Carolina's ever had. Like, when you think about the numbers. And the reason why my sub is Kurt Coleman and not J.C. Horn is because Kurt Coleman is also a great safety. Kurt Coleman has more picks than J.C. Horn in 3 years. Kurt Coleman is one of those guys when you put him in the right defense. And honestly, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, okay, if I decide to take Julius Peppers out for a play, I have Luke Kuechly, Josh Norman, Chris Gamble, and Mike Minter and Kurt Coleman in coverage. That's a win. That is a win for me. So, in my mind, honestly, guys, I don't see this as a bad thing. And like I said, J.C. Horn being an honorable mention makes sense at the end of the day. That's my all-time Carolina team. Y'all are more than welcome to disagree with it and make some changes there, but when I just look at it, I'm building that defense off of how many interceptions and picks can I get? How good are we in coverage? Because you're not always going to get the rush. So I need to have great coverage on the back end. And I want, the smartest linebacker to call these coverages out because Luke can call out whatever defense you got, whatever offense you're about to do. And then Gamble, Norman, Minter, and Coleman, they can execute that. We've seen it. And JC, yes, if I need to get on the phone because Coleman's hurt or Minter's hurt or Horn's hurt or Gamble's hurt, yes, I'm calling JC. Let's come on now. But that's what I have for that, guys. Let me know who y'all think is who y'all would put there. And then lastly, Carolina. Let's go ahead and get on Julian Blackmon's phone, man. He's still a free agent. Let's go ahead and get on this man's phone because I don't understand what we're doing here. The man is still a free agent. Let's go ahead and get on his phone. For those of you who don't know, yes, we need safety help. And one of the highest touted unrestricted free agents right now is former Indianapolis Colt, Julian Blackmon. Now, here's the thing. Here's what Julian did last year. In 16 games, 86 total tackles, 62 solo tackles, 3 interceptions, and 4 pass deflections. And I want y'all to understand this. Here's a fun fact. He did all of that with a torn labrum. Yes. Julian Blackmon played all last season with a torn labrum that he suffered in week 1. That is crazy. Bro, call this man. That is toughness and resiliency at its finest. And here's the thing. I do understand because when we actually look deeper into it, and I look deeper into his injury history, Julian Blackmon has a few notable injuries. So like I said, I don't know why I put rotator there. It's just a torn labrum. And it was his rotator cuff too. I think I was trying to type both. But either who. Torn labrum, and it was a torn rotator cuff, but he still played full year. 2023, had a shoulder injury, only missed 2 games. 2022, ankle sprain, only missed 3 games. 2021, tore his left Achilles in the middle of the season, so he only missed 11 games. And then in 2019, tore his ACL in his final collegiate game in the Pac-12 championship. So, Julian Blackmon, the thing about it is he is resilient. He is a dog. He has shown that he is more than capable, and he hasn't slowed his play. Honestly, I think he's worth the signing. I think we need to sign him. I genuinely do. Even with the injury history, the man's just proven that he's great like that, and he's really good when he's on the field. Plus, due to the injury history, his contract is going to be salary cap friendly. He's still young. He's 26 going into year 6. And overall, I see this as a low-risk, high-reward thing. Honestly. Because he plays fully healthy. Even with a torn labrum, you're getting a great player, man. You're getting a phenomenal player. If he's injured, okay, we're not going to sit here and act like, all right, he's never been injured before. You know what I mean? So, Carolina, Dan Morgan, Dave Canales, all the front office and everybody in between, get on the phone with Julian Blackmon. See what he's talking about. I think it's worth the signing. I really do. But, guys, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell at the bottom. Because this way you can get all the notifications and you know when I'm posting these videos or when we're posting these videos. And also, comment below. What were your thoughts on what Mina said about Bryce Young? Who makes your all-time Carolina flag football team? And also, do you think we should sign Julian Blackmon? Yes? Comment below. If no, who do y'all think we should sign? And everything in between, because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with two tats. Peace. Much love to all of you. Take care, Panther Nation. Later days. And as always, keep pounding. I'll see you next time.